One of the most beautiful places on the planet is right in our backyard, practically, and I'm talking, of course, about the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So what a wonderful time for us to be talking with Chelsea Trott, who might have one of the best jobs around. She's the PR and Communications Manager for the Gatlinburg Visitors Bureau. Good to see you.
Oh, thank you for having us today.
Welcome to our beautiful town.
It's beautiful. On my way in, I was like, oh, they have mountains too. It's so pretty.
Well, we do have mountains. You know, we're nicknamed the Scenic City, and we all feel like that's a very good name for us here, because no matter if you're stuck in traffic in Chattanooga, at least the scenery is beautiful. But our mountains are different from your mountains, which is why your mountains are preserved at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Yes, and we are so absolutely lucky to be the gateway city in Gatlinburg to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Like you said, it's breathtaking here and it's breathtaking there as well. I mean, every day when I drive into work, I'm like, I'm so lucky to get to go and see these scenic mountain views and, you know, all that the nature has to offer up there.
It's the endless view. I think that's what surprises me in a good way every time I'm up there, is that it just never ends. It's range after range after range.
I think so too. I mean, we have waterfalls. There's over 800 miles of trails to explore in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And so, you know, and right now spring is a great time to come visit because we do have our wildflowers as well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because y'all, I mean, you're the Smoky Mountains is the most visited park in the country.
Yes, ma'am.
Continues to be. So you've got to know how to attract visitors like us up your way. So talk about the wildflowers in bloom.
Yeah, I think there's just something special about it. So the way I like to look at it is kind of the fall foliage and the spring. And so these flowers are just absolutely gorgeous, and they bloom from March until June. So you have plenty of time to get up there with your family and see some of these rare species that are only found in the park.
So I was going to ask you, are they naturally growing in the park, or have y'all done a job of kind of transplanting them throughout the city as well?
No, so they grow naturally in the park and they attract millions of visitors every year. I mean, there are so many rare species you just can't find anywhere else. And, you know, these flowers really just carpet the floor in certain areas. So it's almost like you're walking through a fairy tale on some of these trails.
So if you want to go up there, because boy, you're wetting my whistle. If I want to go up there, would I go through your office to kind of find out maybe a map of the best place to see them, or can you help me with finding a good trail? How do I do that?
Yeah, of course. So obviously, we hope you come through Gatlinburg. I mean, there's so many great things to explore there before you go into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but we do offer our vacation guide, and also there are several blogs on Gatlinburg.com on where to find those wildflowers. I mean, there are certain trails that have certain ones, and, you know, and if you're an avid nature-centric person, you know, stop by. We're more than happy to help you, or check out that blog, and you know, you can find out where you're going.
Well, you're very graciously saying that you hope that people will stop in to see you in Gatlinburg, but lucky for you, they almost have to. I mean, you can't get there without going through you practically, and why would you want to bypass you? Because there's so much to do. Gatlinburg is where the nature lovers live.
Yes,
right?
And we are it's spring break is upon us, so it's such a great family-friendly destination, and there's something for everyone. We were just talking about that off screen. And so, you know, we have the time-honored tradition of walking the parkway. There's so many retail shops and dining options, and we have over 50 unique attractions. We have Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies, Ober Mountain, Anakista, Gatlinburg Skylift Park. There's just always something new to do and experience with your family.
There really is. I mean, there's just when you think you've seen it, you haven't. Because y'all are always having something new popping up. And don't you have a lot of great dining in Gatlinburg too?
Oh, for sure. And we have an array of different things. So whatever you like, we have. So, you know, we have Greenbrier. That's a great, you know, upscale restaurant if you're wanting to go out and have a little something special. We have a lot of local mom and pop shops, which we really love. You know, really highlights our local chamber members and businesses. And, you know, there's always Old Red if you like live music and you want to go out with the kids. There's, you know, Chicken Guy, there's arcades, there's Fanny Farkles, only made in Gatlinburg, so there's something for everybody.
It really is fun too, because you can kind of a la carte your way through Gatlinburg. So if you're wanting to make a quick weekend of it and do it kind of on a cheap budget, it's a great place to go and do that. And you're away for a little while and taking in one of nature's wonders. But if you want to make a true vacation out of it and really have a no budget fun, you can do that too.
Yeah, Gatlinburg is truly a tailor-made experience. So you can come with your families and kind of enjoy some of our, you know, nostalgic things. You can go through the attractions, go visit, you know, America's longest pedestrian cable bridge at Gatlinburg Skylift Park, or Anna Vista Tower, Gatlinburg's highest point, you know, and take your kids and have those experiences, or go into the park. You know, we just unveiled the Park It Forward program the National Park did, and so as long as you got a parking tag, you can go into the National Park for free and enjoy one of nature's most beautiful things.
I caught myself the other day. I was watching PBS, and they had done a kind of a recap of Ken Burns National Parks, and it was Ken Burns and the writer, whose name was Duncan somebody, telling the story of how they created the film. And one of the interviews I thought was really interesting, the writer was saying how he had, that the beauty of the national parks is that they are preserved, so they never change. So that the memory that you always can bring to mind generationally does not change, and you can go with your kids, and in 50 years your kids will go back and it's going to look the same.
Yes, and we hear so many stories of people who their grandparents bring their kids, who bring their kids, who bring their kids, and those are always such heartwarming stories because, like you said, those views never change, and people go back and get photos where they, have gotten photos in the past, and that's always so cool to hear. That's something really cool about the Park It Forward program is all of that money from those parking tags stays inside the Smokies.
But I think Gatlinburg factors into that too, because of course you're going to change, but the feel of it and the friendliness of it and the adventure excitement of it is always there.
Yes, we are a charming mountain town, and we will always stay that way. And so, like you said, people bring back, family for generations to come, and so we always love hearing those stories.
So here's where you can go to learn about how to book your trip, whether it's a weekend trip or a week-long trip or more, at gatlinburg.com.
Yes.
Everything is there, so you too can find a little map and go have a great of fun while you're there. Thank you, Chelsea.
Definitely have a lot of fun. Thank you.
I want to come.
Come.
Julia, what are you doing? We have a commercial to film.
I'm taking a break.
Breaks are what we're telling people about. Budget breaks.
Visit Budget Breaks